wanted to kind of, you know, give people an idea of what it means, because it is a lot of gear. I mean, it's what I'm doing right now, right? Got a YouTube channel, want to introduce people to getting out into the outdoors a little more and everything that entails. So years of gathering gear and equipment and trinkets and gadgets and all the things that, you know, we get excited about and that are a lot of fun to do videos about and introduce people to. So do you have to have that? Sometimes, but not always. So just to give people a better feel, what does it take to go hiking? Well, you know, maybe it's as simple as, hey, I'm gonna go out in the woods today, walk around a little bit. Grab a bottle of water, some sneakers, maybe not in this weather. Take a walk around, just enjoy the birds, the trees, everything that's in the woods. It's therapeutic. Sometimes it's just great exercise. You know, treadmills are awesome, but they can't compete, man, not with Mother Nature. You might have something like this. This is just a little tactical bag that I have that I happen to keep my gimbal and my video equipment in. But you know, you could have a couple of snacks, whatever you got to have with you, maybe a little first aid kit, walking around in the woods. This is it. Who can't have this, right? You might have something like this hanging around from God knows what and when. Just bring it with you. Strap it on. Get in the woods. That's all it takes.
A little bag and a bottle of water? That's crazy talk.
Hey, maybe it is crazy talk, but maybe you want to do a little more than just a walk in the woods, right? So you up the game a little bit. Doesn't have to go, you know, you don't have to go crazy. A lot of people go and spend a ton of money on backpacks. I have a couple of high dollar backpacks that I use for certain trips, but you know, I got like I don't know, remember what I paid for this at Walmart. It's their outdoor products brand. It's not a super comfortable backpack. I mean, it's small. It's a day pack. I have a lot of stuff packed in here really just to show you the pack. Nothing too important, but you know, got some places where you can stick some stuff that you want to bring with you for the day. Maybe you're doing an all-day event. You want to bring a couple little odds and ends with you, some extra food, make some lunch, that kind of thing. So, you know, you bring a little more with you for what you're going to do. Again, not a huge investment. Heck, you could use a book bag if you had a book bag that you wanted to bring. You're not carrying a lot of weight, and I know, not trying to, you know, downplay the importance of a comfortable pack at all, but when you see a lot of through hike videos and you see a lot of people who are spending days and days and days in the woods, yeah, you know what? You want to be ultralight. You want to have some things that are, you know, going to be comfortable for you to carry. The average day hike person may not be quite as important. Bottom line is, if you can afford it and you want to have it and it works for you, fantastic. But if it's keeping you from getting out in the woods, that's a problem in my eyes. So what do you do when you go for a day hike? Well, you know, this time of year is a little different for me. This is winter time, so you have to be a little more prepared. Maybe you've got some extra mittens or gloves or micro spikes for your shoes, things like that that are going to help you enjoy your day hike. You might have a little odds and ends things like this. I mean, this is just a military surplus poncho liner that sort of comes with me on all my winter hikes, and honestly some of my warmer weather hikes too, because it's a great universal. You know, is it ultralight? No. I feel bad for our military sometimes. If you're like me and you kind of started out getting military surplus equipment, makes you wonder why our soldiers don't have a lot of ultralight things, but it's durability. So this is a great guy. You can pick these up for like 20 bucks in Army Navy surplus stores. It can be a lot of different things. It can be an underquilt on a hammock in the summertime. I use it as sort of just a throw blanket. If my dog is with me and it's chilly, and we stop and I'm going to be doing things like this, she gets a little cold, I'll wrap her up in a blanket and she'll hang out. So I carry something like this with me. Again, $20. You might have a fleece throw, anything you want to bring, or just a pad, a foam pad to sit on, that kind of thing. Just nice to have something along. Got to have some toilet paper with you. That is something that is a reality of hiking, and it's probably one of the first hurdles that anyone gets through. I introduced my wife and daughter to hiking, and kind of, you know, we said, well, you're not really a hiker until you've pooped in the woods. And that's, we're all hikers. Important stuff to have with you. Definitely not something you want to leave the house without, because that can make for some really creative moments in the forest. Mylar blanket, just an emergency blanket. I think I have like 10 of these laying around the house. Thankfully, I really never had to use one in an emergency situation, but when you're out in the cold. Even, it doesn't have to be 20 degrees out, it could be 50 degrees and rainy. These are a nice thing to have along because you can wrap up in it, it reflects your body heat back to yourself, and this can be the difference between hypothermia or an enjoyable day. So nice little thing to get. You can find these at hardware stores. Sometimes you find them like a Stewart's or a convenience store even. They're usually part of a vehicle emergency kit, that sort of thing. So these are nice accessories to have and hope that you never really have to use. You can also get creative with these with, if you're building a campfire and you want to reflect some of the heat back to where you're at. This is a great little thing to bring along with you. Compass. Again, various shapes, sizes. I have a military compass that has never failed me, cold weather wise and everything else. Familiarity with compasses and maps, orienteering, is something that is probably a little more on the advanced side of things, but if you're getting out into the backcountry, people rely on phones, they rely on GPS units, everything that has batteries, especially in the wintertime. It's dangerous because the cold saps that battery life out, and you really need to know at least how to find your way around with a compass and a map. I use my phone a lot. I have a Garmin InReach system that allows me, it's a satellite texting, so when I'm out in the woods alone, it gives me peace of mind to know that if something goes bad or I get lost, I can hit an SOS button, but it also allows me to text in the absence of cell service so that I can keep my family abreast of my situation, check in, say, hey, everything's cool, it's too bad you're not here, this is awesome, or, I need some help. So I don't have that with me for this video, unfortunately. I'll show that to you guys another time, but compass and a map, something where someone can reach you is a plus. These are just things that I think, in my mind, a day hike, what are you going to bring? Other people are going to disagree. I mean, everyone's mileage will vary on what works and doesn't work for a day hike, but that's the coolest part about it. My point with this video is you don't have to have a ton of stuff, and you can have as much or as little stuff as you want for a particular trip. I mean, that's why we do this, because it's awesome. So the other things I've got here is just a small stove if I want to boil some water, make some coffee. I'll have a fuel canister and some sort of coffee apparatus or water boiling apparatus with me. I may have some backpacker meals if I'm going to do a lunch. But again, it's just something all the way up to in the wintertime, you bring enough stuff to where sometimes you need a bigger pack. So I've had people look at me like I'm insane carrying a bigger pack for a day hike, but I travel alone a lot and I like to spend time in the woods. For some people, it's all about the destination. Truck till you get there. Wow, what a great destination. And then boom, back to the car. I do those trips too, but I'm the kind of person who almost always sits down and makes a pot of coffee at the summit and just takes everything in. Beauty of backpacking and hiking is that you can really cater it to what you want to do on a given day. The reason I'm addicted to the Adirondacks is because we have such a variety of things to do. I've said it before, the high peaks get a tremendous amount of attention, and rightfully so. But they're busy, and while everyone else is up there, I like to be checking out some of the other wilderness areas and some of the views and ponds and things that are around us. And that could be as simple as 7 minutes away from my house at a local park trail system, or I could be an hour and a half into the Adirondacks and then 7 to 10 to 12 to 15 miles back in the backcountry doing what kind of trip I want to do. Focus for today, just get out there. That's all you need to do, is just get out there. Don't sweat the small stuff in terms of what I have to have. If you're spending all of your time saving up for the right day pack before you go hiking, hopefully nobody's doing that, but it's easy to get caught up in all the things that you think you need. You really just need to get out there. So whether it's a little fanny pack, yes, said it again, that's 3 in a week, maybe 4. Anyway, so whether it's a fanny pack, a small day pack, a book bag, whatever you got, just get out there, be safe, do your homework, know where you're going, understand the conditions that you're going in, and obviously as you progress from simple little walks in the woods up to day hikes and things like that, then sure, the things you have to bring along with you to be safe, increase. And so does your awareness and your understanding of what you're getting into. But hey, that's why people like me have YouTube channels, right? So hopefully it's good information. I hope it's something that helps everybody out. So if you love the Adirondacks, if you love the outside, if you just love being out in the woods, hit the like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Let me know what other kind of things you want to see. Until then, it's the Adirondack. Thank you.